I think we got it.
Really?
I think. Yeah,
Okay.
we're
Well, this
recording.
meeting is being recorded. Jeffrey is very technical.
It's Mercury retrograde.
Oh, whatever. I'm like this all the time.
Okay. So for those of you joining us on my channel, welcome, Jeffrey. Ripecolor. We were just doing a video on Jeffrey's channel on his Zoom, and it cut out. It just stopped. So we're going to continue it on this channel. So if you haven't seen part A, jump over to Jeffrey's Ripecolor's channel. I'll have the link down below, and see what we were talking about, Lionsgate and getting in the zone and dualities. Great conversation. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And now we're going to throw some cards.
Yay!
Why not? Jeffrey is a master at the tarot, and you're teaching. You have a Tarot Tuesday where you go through cards.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm going through the deck. I've been doing, I got a little lazy. In fact, I used to have guests, and then it became complicated. You were one of my guests. You did the Emperor with me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, somewhere around like the middle of the deck, I started just doing it on my own, just the scheduling and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I finished the majors, and now I started with wands because it's the spring early, gross. And I'm up to the 9 of Wands, and I'm going to go through the whole thing.
Good.
One at a time.
I pulled 2 wands, and you can help me with them then.
Absolutely.
So with this Lionsgate portal energy that we're dealing with, I'm just gonna start out because I pulled 3 cards last night when I was thinking about Lionsgate. And even though it's not one day, but it's like the apex, it's
the pinnacle, yeah.
Right. So it's been going on for a couple of weeks. It's going to continue for, I think, another week. And I don't even know about that. If you tap into the energy, the way that I feel this, if you tap into that Lionsgate energy, you can access it at any time of the year. This time it's just a little more potent. That's the way that I take it. So I got a new deck. My wife is going, you got another deck?
Here I am reading tarot with other readers. I have one deck.
Oh, that's just wrong. That's
actually
wrong.
Nancy sent this to me. So it's a traditional deck, but it's in Spanish.
Oh, okay, bueno. And see, my Spanish
La Rueda de la Fortuna.
Ah, buena. So, see, my Spanish deck is Los Caribo, and it's got copas. I think it's Italian, Spanish, and German. I don't know, but it's got 4 different languages on it.
Oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
It's very cool. I like that deck. Anyway, getting back to Lionsgate portal energy, I'm using my Starseed Oracle deck. I pulled 3 out, which I thought it's pretty cool when you just think about just jumping into this energy. We are part of the star family, and I'll read it because it's really hard to read. It says, star family, you're part of a team of souls, and you could just look at the team of souls all coming together here.
That's beautiful.
Love that. The next card I got is doors are opening. You decide you want to walk through or not. And it's the portal energy of Lionsgate. And we get to decide. It's not like, oh, it's going to suck us in. No, we get to decide if we're going to go in or not. And then this is what I was talking about with Nancy Jean on her Lionsgate show. It goes, the golden children inner child, tenderness, innocence, rare gifts.
Beautiful.
And what do we, I always need to remind myself, what do I need to give my inner child? Something that my parents didn't give me, where I was going, I wish you would do this more for me. A little hug, a little kick in the butt, a little whatever it is. Well, now I get to give that as an adult. I get to give my inner child whatever I was missing then. So I think that's hugely important in this time. We need to cut some cords, and we need to reward ourselves in some way as we walk through this energy field.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll throw some cards.
Throw some cards.
I'm going to shuffle. 3 times.
Is good.
I wanted to put my microphone on, but sometimes it doesn't work.
It's Mercury
retro. A lot of technical stuff lately, like a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. And I will pull some tarot cards as well.
Oh, look. Okay. Okay.
So what is your question that
No, I just a general energy. I just did a general energy.
Sure. Okay.
So I got the Emperor, which is the card we did together.
Yes.
Emperor is a really powerful card. Well, the Emperor, so it's a 4. For me, I read this as Mars. I always read this as Mars. It's a 4. He's solid. He's stable. He's the Emperor. So it's like you're the Emperor in your life. The kings come to the Emperor.
Yeah.
And it's the card of Aries. It's a 4. He's wearing red. And the energy of Mars is, I desire. I'm the one in charge. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to go get. Like that's how I read the Emperor.
Yeah.
He's he uses his head, but he's really physical in the world. And he knows the action to take. He has the wherewithal to take the action, and so he does. It's Aries. It's Aries. It's like, let's do this. It's an explosion.
Hey, okay, but before you go on, because I have questions about the Emperor. When you read, do you attach a lot of astrology into your?
Not necessarily. Okay. Not necessarily, but he always reads. I think I kind of felt that one of the cards in a way needed to be Mars. I kind of felt like the moon is the moon, the sun is the sun. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
But and then the Empress is Venus. The Empress is definitely Venus. Her symbol is there.
Yeah.
I think we should introduce Mars and Venus. Like they're very, Uranus and Pluto, they're a little bit more, they're far, but like your Mars, your Venus, your Mercury, your Sun, your Moon, like that's your
Yeah. The other thing too, I just wanted to know, because I should and I don't. So maybe I'll start looking into that a little more. That was a very positive statement. So maybe might think about looking into that. But anyway, the Emperor, as he goes out and gets things done, he has such a support team below him. Yeah. So does he actually get his hands dirty sometimes?
No, I in a way, I feel like he delegates.
Yeah.
He's the delegator. I always felt like that. He was the Emperor.
Yeah. But he's not.
And you do this and you do that.
Yeah. But I've also felt that he's not afraid to get in there and get his, and start doing the work too. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it took him a while to get on that throne, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
And it feels like he became not like he inherited the emperorship.
No.
It was through his own action or something that he became the emperor. That's the way it feels.
Yeah. So we have this emperor energy in this time frame.
Right.
And it's us.
Right. And it's like, take hold of your power and the solidity of your power. And it's like, I am the emperor in my life, just like before you were talking about the choice. Yeah, the doors open and people like, oh, I have to do that. It's like, no, everything's a choice. And, my understanding is like the angels come in and help us, but we have to ask. And sometimes they send us messages, but do we, sometimes we follow them. Sometimes we're like, right? Because it's my choice.
Yeah.
Right, as the creator, right, as like a child of the creator, I create my own world, my own reality.
You're the emperor.
Right.
Yeah.
And then I have el caballo de espadas.
Oh,
So
say that again. El
caballo de espadas. Espadas are swords.
Okay, espadas. All right.
Whatever. Caballero is gentleman, but yeah, it comes out of horse, right?
Right.
All right. Well, I have a lot of interpretations for him. He's like a brainstorm. He's like news. He's a message. And, he's like this message. It's almost like you meet somebody at a party and they say, this is, I always get this. You meet somebody at a party and they say something that like you weren't expecting to hear. And it's almost like it gets you thinking. Or it's like, oh, I never thought of it like that. Or,
Yeah.
but they come, they drop the message and they leave. You never see them again. It's like, I can't remember that guy's name, but I remember him telling me that this and this business worked. Or I remember them telling me that there's this really good restaurant, 2 blocks from here.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like this little flash. It's like a flash, right? Because it comes in and it's light, it's like light. Oh, yeah. So it's like I'm open to inspiration. I'm open to a message. I'm open to like a new thought. I'm
Yeah.
open to, right, a little flash of light. Because the swords have a flash of light to them because they're metallic and it flashes.
Yeah, sure.
And then I really like her. So she's the queen of timing. This is the way I understand her.
That's a crazy cat woman.
She's the crazy cat woman. And this is magic. This is magic.
Yeah.
And the thing is with her, she's really feisty. She's really fiery. She's really creative. She has her passion. She knows when to act. She flourishes, but she doesn't waste her time. You know how cats hunt? All cats hunt the same way. It's like, okay, I'm going to get in the best position I could possibly get in, and then I'm going to pounce. But I'm not wasting. I don't just pounce to pounce. I set it up.
Yeah.
The whole thing up. All cats are like that. All of them. Like the cheetah gets as close as it can. The lion the jaguar and the puma attack from behind. The tiger attacks from behind. It's like they got it all set up. And it's like, this black cat is sitting around and it's like, I know that mouse will be back. I'm just going to sit here really still. And when that mouse comes, but I'm not bothering. I'm going to let it come to me. So I always feel like the time is now.
Yeah.
So here I am in my power, in my passion, right? Being really solid. I get an idea or a flash or an inspiration, and I'm going to act on it.
When the time's right.
Exactly.
It may not be, we may need to just sit a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Or I don't know. I feel like that Queen of Wands is not moving just yet, but the Knight of Swords is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's going pretty fast. So I think there's we can catch action with both of those a little bit, but maybe it's not the right. Maybe we're just waiting a little bit longer.
Well, because now I get the King of Swords, and the way I see the King of Swords is the surgeon. He's the surgeon. He's the butcher. He cuts out what's unnecessary without any emotional attachment.
Love
He's a
that.
butcher, so he gets the whole cow, and it's like, oh well, nobody uses this part of the cow. We're going to cut up the tail, and he doesn't have like, oh, we could use the tail. He's like, no, we're going to throw away the tail.
Well, that's not true. You know, come on. I mean, he's a wasteful king. You got to use everything. Come on.
Come to Mexico. You can have eye tacos. You can have cheek tacos. You can have lip tacos.
Tail tacos.
I haven't seen those, but they might be available.
You're in the wrong district.
No, I'm not. There's this soup called pozole, right? Pozole. So, I mean, this is what the Aztecs, so the Aztecs would, have a prisoner, and then they would cut them up and put them in soup, the whole thing. So pozole, actually is based in a way on that. So they put the cow's head in. That's the base of the soup, the cow's head. It's delicious. If you don't think about it, it's really good.
You are what you eat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you don't see eyeballs floating around or anything. Then again, I do need cataract surgery in both eyes. So I think it's a pearl onion.
Oh my gosh.
I can't wait to get the surgery. This cataract thing is like, wow.
So
it's like a spiritual thing. I feel like, because I'm in process, and I still need a little bit of money. If you want to throw some money at me, great. But I feel like once it opens up, like all of a sudden things will become much clearer for me. I'm sure of that. I'm so sure. I can't even tell you.
Yeah. And we'll put that GoFundMe link at the bottom of this.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So my next appointment is on the 3rd, and supposedly that's when I'm going to make my first appointment. But that's what they said last time, and that's what they said the time before. So instead of making a 6:30 in the morning appointment to sit there for 2 hours, I made a 4:00 in the afternoon appointment. So I'm going to sit there for 2 hours anyway, and then I'm going to say, oh well, you need one more. What? I think I think if they insert like a third eye, then I don't have to fix these. And it would be half the price.
Well, Jeffrey, you already have the third eye. You just need to open it.
Oh,
geez, you've been sleeping.
Maybe that was the message.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
No, I figured I'd have like this cool cyclops. And then, like when kids, they go 4 eyes, they'll be calling me 3 eyes. I'm like,
3 eyes.
Hola.
Yeah. All right. You got any more?
Well,
you just do 3?
Question? Like, should we
ask? No, let me do, I pulled 3 tarot.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So good. This is just on the energy. I'm using my Motherpiece deck here, my little circular Motherpiece.
So when was that?
This first came out in 1981.
Okay.
And then they redid it in 2016 and again in 2022. Wow. So it's been around for a long, long time. It's a powerful female deck. And so I just think that as we go into Lionsgate energy, we're opening up to the divine feminine in ways, in hugely powerful ways. Like you got the Queen of Wands. I mean, come on now. Hugely powerful. All right, so the card that I got is, and I don't know if you can see this, do this.
Oh, I see it.
It's the Daughter of Wands, and she is running around, dancing, singing. There's a unicorn behind her, mountains, ducks, geese flying. It's a celebration of what she's bringing in, this this new information that's coming in
Mhm.
this Daughter of Wands energy. The other card I got, and this is when I said, hey, maybe you can help me out with the wands, is the Seven of Wands. But in this deck, they're not there's a lot of different, I look at this and I see a lot of different opinions, ways to do things. And there's some disagreement, but there's somebody that's in charge that is taking control and saying we're all okay. With everybody talking. And then the last card I got with this energy is the Ten of Cups.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, it's just coming together. A lot of emotions, a lot of waterfalls coming together into a big sacred pool. It's beautiful. So the energy that we're walking into in this, I feel like it's this Seven of Wands energy where we're all, there's room enough for everybody's voice.
Mm-hmm.
And you were talking about, I don't know if it was on your show or this one, about the duality, that there's room for the pyramid and the empty space right next to each other. And so I feel like that we're really going into that, and we can't hang on to just our beliefs. We need to allow other beliefs to come in too. And there's always, when I say that, I go, yeah, but what about the really negative, toxic beliefs? And I think that's a specific issue that you have to go to. But even as I say that, I go, caution, there's room for everything, because we all learn from everything.
Yeah, no, it's really like the energy, it's easy to say, and then, you get, but it's like the abundance of the garden. So the abundance of the garden means that these 2 or 3 plants are thriving and this and that, but there's also weeds, there's also pests. And I mean, what I think is a pest might not be a pest, right?
Correct.
And sometimes, let's say one of my plants is dying and it's dissolving or whatever. Well, maybe it's feeding the soil. Maybe that space is open for something else to be planted there. Or maybe that's a good place for a bench. Or maybe that's a good place to let your eye rest. There's a tree here and there's another tree here. I'm just going to leave this empty.
Yeah. Or, so we don't, exactly. We don't understand right now, when we're in the thick of it, what is positive and negative.
Right.
True.
And, it's like, so I went to fashion school. So if you want to make your black more black, you put a bright color next to it. It makes the bright color brighter. It makes the black darker. That's why the opposite colors are they really vibrate. Like when you put blue and orange together, or when you put green and red together, it's like, now we got something going on,
Right.
The yellow is lovely. Green next to blue, but green next to red is like, oh, there's like electricity going on here.
Yeah.
So, and then, it's not like we ever have, like half the time I can't even control myself. So I think I'm going to, tell someone what to think or what to do. Do you know what I'm saying? Or I want to change a habit. It's like, oh, I got to go on a diet as I'm eating the cake. I really got to go on a diet.
I'm working on it.
Sale. It was 2 for 1,
Yeah, it's hard to pass up those sales. I can get twice as much of what I shouldn't eat.
Oh my God. The more you buy, the more you save. All
right. Well, listen, we've been on both channels now for about a half hour each.
Oh, okay.
So I need to
Go
get
do
going.
your figure eight, and I need to go do my figure eight.
Yes, demolition derby.
Yeah. I hope I don't with my cataracts. I hope I don't bump into a tree. It's very strange, you know, things just get blurry. Everything is very blurry. So it's, you know, like I have to rely on my other senses more. It's very interesting. I mean, I have to be very careful, but and I know so September 3rd, something will happen and la la la. It's a process.
It's a process. Yeah. Yeah. So all my wrinkles are gone.
What
Can't
wrinkles?
see.
What wrinkles?
Perfect.
I look in the mirror, I'm 21.
Yeah. Well, see, you're brave. I don't look in the mirror anymore.
Well, you know, they use the obsidian as reflective. And it's like, oh, I don't know what I'm seeing.
It's perfect. All right. Well, Jeffrey, thank you for being here. And thank you for setting it up on your channel. Everybody go watch Jeffrey's channel and see part A. This is part B.
And I mean, and if we could time travel, I would say that in my video too.
Yeah.
I'll write it in the description.
Awesome. Awesome. Right. All right, everybody. Happy Lionsgate portal.
Blessings.
All right.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.